From this course, I learned a lot. I learned that it's not as easy as it looks to plan a lesson plan. I think that is one of the most things that impacted me was making this lesson plan. This lesson plan in this course was a 60-minute lesson plan, but I had to accommodate for every single one of the students that were on the list. And I think that that really changed my mentality of thinking of how my instructors teach now in college and especially how they taught in high school. My major takeaways are especially from the book. The book really helped a lot. The reflections that we did in this course really helped a lot. I learned that the first few days of school are crucial for a student. Um, when they walk in, if you have an overcrowded classroom, it can distract them. It doesn't technically help them. I learned it's important that on the first day the student feels comfortable in your class, and that first day is so crucial that it impacts them for the rest of the school year. And that is something I've never thought of in my life. And I probably wouldn't have learned if it wasn't for this course. I'm really looking forward to making my lesson planning more easier. If there is an easier plan, I mean, now with this course, I look up to the teachers that have to do lesson plans every single day, or if their lesson plans fail, they have to readjust it for a different day or just readjust it for certain students. It's just, I'm looking forward to finding more ways to for me to benefit from that. I did struggle a lot with it. I had to do the same thing for a communications class, and I only had 10 minutes for that class, and I struggled. But I know that it's not impossible. I want to take away more on how I can help students learn and observe the information instead of just feeding them information and expecting them to learn from it. In California, students are required to take California standardized testing, and it's so much that these students have to learn and observe in a short period of time, and it reflects on not just the student, but it reflects on the teacher. And I want to that right there I want to work on to make sure that as a teacher I'm making sure that they're learning and the information is sticking instead of just feeding this information to students. I think that is one of the things that I learned from this class more, that students, it's not just about you teach and then you're done. It's you have to teach in order for them to understand, and if they don't understand they can't move on because they're just stuck there. And I think the book and a lot of the differentiating teaching videos that we saw really helped with that, and I'm really looking forward to the next step, to the next part of the program, to see how I can manage this, get better at it. I feel like teachers make it look so easy, but they never really show us the behind the scenes of all the lesson planning and the standardized testing and the objectives and making sure that they are the students are learning. Like teachers break their head in order for them to do this, especially every single year. I mean, every single year there's different kinds of students in the classroom. Some may have learning disabilities, hearing disabilities. I mean, you just never know. Every year is different. So I think that's one of the biggest takeaways I want to take from this class moving forward is learning and progressing in these areas as a teacher, as an educator. I don't want to just teach. I want to make sure my students are learning. And since I really didn't have a real audience, like a real kids to instruct, I won't be sure until I'm actually doing like a student teaching kind of thing. Then that's when I can put it in practice and see if I what I've learned is actually going to help these students.